Yesterday, Bank of America sent out a press release announcing its plans for net zero greenhouse gas emissions financing. Yay, that's good. Now, note that this is financing. This is not just Bank of America's direct operations. That means the Bank of America is now putting policies into place that will make it hard for anyone to do business that doesn't accept the new green agenda. I'm going to give you some quotes from this, and I urge you to do your own homework and then go to the World Economic Forum and look at the Great Reset. This is an end run around our Constitution, around our Congress, and around you. This is the beginnings of an oligarchy. This is control by the media, social media, banking, finance, big business, and the government all rolled into one. Now, let me give you Bank of America. We're going to actively engage with our clients to help accelerate their own transitions to net zero. Okay, so who are their clients? Well, do you have your money in Bank of America? Because you're a client. According to the press release, building on Bank of America's longstanding support of the Paris Climate Agreement, something we haven't even endorsed in the Senate. This has never been passed in the Senate. But Bank of America, they don't have to go through the Senate. Based on our support for the Paris Climate Agreement, the company today outlined initial steps to achieve its goal of net zero greenhouse gas emissions in its financing activities, in its operations and supply chain before 2050. Okay, you want to do that with your cars or whatever. What do you mean? What do you mean? Greenhouse gases in your finance activities? Bank of America continues to actively engage with its clients to help accelerate their own transitions to net zero and plans to establish interim science-based emission targets for high-emitting portfolios, including energy and power. In addition, Bank of America released its broader 2030 operational and supply chain goals as part of their holistic commitment to environmental sustainability. Quoting, "It is critical that we leverage all parts of our business beyond our direct operations." So what is an indirect operation of Bank of America? Any of its partners, any of its clients, any of its money being put to use, which, by the way, is your money. Why is a run on the bank so bad? Because you take away their holdings. You take away their money that they have lent out to someone else. They think it's theirs. It's your money. They're using you as collateral. So they can leverage these things because they've got all that money sitting in the bank. And, you know, you can only withdraw maybe $5,000 from the bank without being reported as a terrorist. I personally don't do business with Bank of America. You make your own decisions. This is coming in more than one bank. And the time to send a message would be right now. It's critical we leverage all parts of our business beyond our direct operations in order to accelerate the transition to a net zero global economy. We believe our commitment will help spur growth of zero carbon energy and power solutions, sustainable transportation and agriculture, and other sector transformations while generating more climate resilience and equitable opportunities for the future. In collaboration with 15 other financial institutions, Bank of America participated in the development of the Global Greenhouse Gas Accounting and Reporting Standard for the financial industry, providing a consistent methodology to assess and disclose emissions associated with all financing activities. This will be fully implemented no later than 2023. Now, let me just tell you that Bank of America has a CEO, Brian Moynihan. He serves as the co-chair of HRH, His Royal Highness the Prince of Wales, Sustainable Markets Initiative. Remember, Prince Charles is a main player in the Great Reset and a crazy man when it comes to greenhouse gases. The World Economic Forum's International Business Council, under Moynihan's chairmanship, recently released a set of common environmental, social, and governance stakeholder capitalism metrics. Sound familiar? So here's the head of Bank of America, who, with the World Economic Forum, under his chairmanship, put together the environmental, social, governance, stakeholder capitalism metrics, the ones that we're all going to have to be measured by. You want a loan? Tell me, what's your ESG? What the hell is my ESG? Your environmental, social, and governance metric. What is your ESG? What's wrong with you? What are you, living in 1940? Moynihan is also a member of the World Economic Forum's Alliance of CEO Climate Leaders and its Transition Finance Steering Committee. Transition into what exactly? So you know, banks and financial institutions are going to be exerting their power and their leverage on everyone to impose green energy transformation. You don't need AOC anymore. This is being done at the corporate level. It was not their intention at the Tides Foundation. I believe it was not their intention to infiltrate all of these corporations to make an end run around Congress and the Senate and the White House. They set out in the 1980s to make sure that the tide changed and Democrats and their agenda, their crazy socialist agenda, would actually have a chance of survival. They started in the 1980s with Ronald Reagan. But I think once they got all of their players and all of the lefties into our boards of directors of all of our corporations, and now the heads of corporations, somebody at some point went, wait a minute, I don't even think we need Congress. Companies can do whatever they want. And now they're all like-minded, and they're all coming together. Congress does not need to pass a Green New Deal because banks and financial institutions will force you to go along with it by refusing financial business related to fossil fuels. In a few years, mark my words, I'm sorry, I won't give you a loan for that car. I won't give you a loan for that car. I can't give you a loan for that house because it's not green enough. You'll have to do, remember they said we're going to have to tear down everything. You will have to make your house green to be able to sell your house if you want bank financing.
Is this why, like, a General Motors comes out and announces their entire fleet will be electric?
Yes.
Because they know this, they've seen the writing on the wall.
They are part of it. Because if you, just like in FDR's day, if you go and you're part of the solution, you craft it so you aren't hurt, but all your competition will be hurt. Anybody who doesn't play ball the way you can ain't going to make it. That's what they did in the Great Depression. The big three automakers got together along with Goodyear and Goodrich. There were tires that were just as good and half the price. There was I can't remember all the details. There was a tire company in New Jersey that the government kept trying to put out of business because they were selling their tires far cheaper than anyone else. And remember, the NRA, the National Relief Association, the Blue Eagle, that was price controls. And they kept saying, you can't charge that for your tires in the Depression. And they said, but we can make them cheaper, and they're just as good. Government kept trying to put them out of business, lose. So the NRA got together and said, the government got together and with the big three automakers, the two big tire manufacturers, and said, you guys come up with some standards that we can enforce so everybody plays by the rules. Well, the two other tire makers made sure that the rules would cut that tire maker out. That's why you have the three big automakers until Tesla. That's why. And they're doing it except on steroids now.